Midnight.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, oh baby, what a time to be a pro wrestling fan. Johnny Gargano gave his answer in the most Johnny Gargano way possible. Dexter Lumis is still on the loose. Ronda is in handcuffs. And AEW's all-out main event is actually going to be on Dynamite tonight. Oh baby, sit back, relax, and bring out your favorite juice box because it's the 305th episode of Kings of the Rings podcast exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
Midnight music.
Actually, well, you were right. Taquan is a smart freaking dude if you look at his latest comment. Holy crap.
Oh, that's
So good for you, Taquan.
we got here. Technically, I'm already been at college before because in high school, I was a program that allowed certain students that college courses, and with it, 12 if you scored it. Okay. Yeah, so it's like AP class.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
credits.
good job, Taquan. What's going on, everybody?
Yeah,
Smarty, Taquan. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 305, Baby Wrestling. Because, oh, baby, what a time it is to be a pro wrestling fan. Of course, I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. We have a lot to talk about this week. Johnny Gargano's back, and no one fucking knew about it until it actually happened, which means it was done perfectly. Dexter Lumis is kidnapping people. Ronda Rousey's being Ronda, and Liv Morgan's probably going to die in a couple of weeks. But before we get to all of that, Will Tarashak, how are you, sir?
Dude, I can't wait for her to get squashed. Oh, it's going to be great. I don't know, man.
Enjoy your fun fact today, Will.
SmackDown's very okay to me, but Raw has been good to me. It's been fine. It's been, I think some people are marking on it a little too hard, but like, yeah, it's enjoyable. Wrestling's great. AEW, same thing. I like the title Baby Wrestling, so Kay Murphy.
Hello.
My birthday baby. How are you, baby?
I am another year older. I am another year wiser. And today is our 305th episode, so I would like to dedicate this episode to Mr. 305 himself,
don't you do it.
Pitbull.
Damn it, Kay. God damn it.
I absolutely have to. I had to. I would be remiss if I did not name today's episode after Pitbull. 2 weeks ago, I made a 303 reference on episode 303. I feel like this is our era for me to make as many bad music references as I can.
So you're gonna tell me like at when we hit the 311, you're gonna say like "come original."
Amber,
We're gonna come original.
Energy.
Oh, come original.
Wow.
Oh, come original. What a banger, dude.
And then 314 will be something about pie.
Oh my god.
316.
Oh my god. Oh, what are we gonna do for our 316th episode? Well, by that time you gotta have some Austin beer.
I know, dude. Clock's ticking. Tick-tock, as they say.
TikTok.
Not the app, of course, either. Oh my god. All right, so we got a lot to talk about this week. And the first thing we have to talk about, in particular, has to deal with everybody's favorite former black and gold brand. That's actually NXT, because NXT announced after Heatwave that NXT UK is going on a bit of a hiatus to start to develop this new brand or territory called NXT Europe. Okay.
Can I go off?
Let's not yet, Kate. Hold on. Okay, just hold on for me. So NXT Europe is going to be a thing developing hopefully in early of 2023. NXT UK, they said, is going to be going on hiatus, which is interesting to say. And then at some point, we're going to bring back NXT UK, to make it seem like it would also have NXT Europe, and that the last NXT UK official event will be a Worlds Colliding event. So before we get to any of that, okay, before you go up, okay, Will, what are your thoughts on this news in particular? Yeah.
Who cares? I don't care. Like, if they bring back the European title, I'll be like, oh, that's cool, but I still won't watch it.
That's my first thought, that they're going to bring back the European title.
Yep.
Kay Murphy, you can now go off.
All right. I would like to point. Oh my God! Speaking of daddies, I have something to say about Roman later.
Oh,
So
well,
I'm just
I can't wait.
um, but and back to daddies. They fucking released Trent Seven the day before my birthday.
They did do that.
Yeah, they
They
did.
did. They released a solid chunk of the NXT UK roster, and I don't think they're gonna bring back NXT UK
No, why
because
would they?
I am the only person that cared about that show, and even since I have not watched it in a few months.
Okay, so
Um,
just to break down with you, K Murphy, let's go through a list of NXT UK talent that has officially been released as per What Culture's report. We have Zaya Brookside, who is the daughter of one of NXT's lead coaches, Robbie Brookside, which is interesting. Eddie Dennis, Saxon Huxley, Amir Jordan, who I thought had a really bright future, Donnie Luna, Dave Mastiff, Amelia McKenzie, Primate, the both Samuels, Nina and Shaw Samuels, Sid Scala, Trent Seven, Ashton Smith, Jack Stars, T-Bone, not compared with T-Bar,
Oh,
T.O. Man, and Kenny Williams. I also heard that Flash Morgan Webster was also
yeah.
released, as well as it was Flash, Mark Andrews, Amale, and Wild Boar were all released from NXT UK. So, okay, what are your thoughts on all of that?
So I think that the writing has been on the wall for NXT UK for a while. Like they've literally NXT has plucked the people that they saw promise in, like Grizzly Young Veterans, Kaylee Ray, fucking Pete Dunne, Tony Storm. Um,
Rhea Ripley
isn't
for a
this
while.
Tyler Bates show up? Rhea Ripley, like there are a lot of people that NXT pulled from UK before they shut this down.
They did, and then they made that very, very apparent on
Oh, Jordan Devlin as well.
what was that?
And Walter. Oh, and Walter and Jordan Devlin as well.
Yes, Jordan Devlin now going by JD McDonough, which is
What?
really?
it's JD McDonough, so it's Jordan Devlin McDonough. I'm guessing because again Jordan Devlin is his real name, and so
Or because they don't want you to googling Jordan Devlin because didn't he get me too'd?
Yeah, he did.
yes, was it Jordan? Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yes, it was Jordan Devlin. So JD McDonough. But like you said, Kay, there's an instance of bringing in a lot of the people they feel like promising. So in NXT Heatwave, a special event actually had last week, but I do recommend that everybody watches. It's a really good show. You did have Gallus show up and beat up a tag team champion.
Wow, really?
Gallus did show up. Yes,
Yo, Gallus is so fucking good.
Gallus is a bunch of thick boys. And let me tell you that. Bunch of
It is meat slapping majesty with Gallus
yeah,
every time.
bunch of thick boys. There was a backstage scene with Indy Hartwell where I want to say it was Bea Priestley, but it's not Bea Priestley, but she has black and white hair, okay? So you gotta help me out with that.
Blair Davenport.
Blair Davenport. Blair Davenport also showed up as well there, but also, last but not least, at the end of Heatwave, where Braun Breaker beat JD McDonough, you had the current NXT UK champion Tyler Bate face off at the end of Heatwave. So there is, to me at least, a bit of they're merging UK and regular NXT for now, is the idea. But
I
I
think
do think they're going to just rebrand them to NXT Europe.
yeah, I think they're gonna keep the NXT maybe United Kingdom Championship on NXT and then bring back the European title for NXT Europe.
I'm all for bringing back the European title.
Yeah, that'd be
They
pretty
would
cool.
they would be kind of dumb not to.
Yeah, if you're doing NXT Europe, you know, you're going to have to bring back the NXT European title. And I think this goes back to a plan that Triple H has been trying to do for years. He called it global localization, where since
Yeah.
yeah, he wanted to put NXT's. He's pretty much creating all the territories under the NXT brand again, but making it in a global perspective. He wanted to create NXT properties in all the major places where there's wrestling. So Europe, easy, hot one.
Yeah.
Japan, and then
Yeah, globalization.
Mexico as well, or South America, whatever you want to call it. So I went on a brainstorming thing that I think with Mr. YLP and Sir Charles. It was watching about what the potential of this could possibly be. And I think the
It's
potential is
also
huge.
it's also a big risk though.
It is a huge risk.
because you're essentially subsidizing all these different leagues. Like it's a great idea for creative. It's a great idea to build talent, but I get to scout talent, but because the ultimate goal is to get them on WWE, essentially, right? But those products need to still make money. At least not be such a detriment to WWE, because they got to pay for everything.
All of that, yeah.
All over the world. Like, it's going to be hard to maintain and manage. And you got to staff those people, production TV. Like, those are like 4 brand new companies around the world.
Yeah. They do already, WWE, to my knowledge, does already have global offices.
For sure.
They do, I won't say secretly, but they never talk about their global offices, but they have them around the world.
But then you got to ask yourself, NXT UK, how much money do you think NXT UK brought the global corporation of WWE? So that can mean money in euros, US money. Like, I'm sure it did well in the UK in terms of that fan base and like that niche amount of money. But how much money do you think NXT UK contributed to the overall profit compared to the cost of it?
You know, it's hard because I think when UK, this is just me thinking out loud, and I don't know if you can measure it, because when UK was starting to roll, and there was a time where like, okay, NXT UK starting to roll, it's going to be a thing. It got shut down by the pandemic.
It was a hot product.
Yeah.
There was a time where it was a very hot product.
You know, you had the speaking out movement, and then you had the pandemic like right after it, and that really took it out essentially for a long time.
It was doomed, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if it doesn't make money, that doesn't mean it's not valuable.
Correct. Yeah, I still think the NXT products, if it doesn't really help out, you know, the overall value of WWE, I think it's a good product. I read
Triple H played Plague Inc. once and thought he could do that with NXT.
I do think NXT was valuable to that niche group of wrestling fans, which I think is what Triple H wanted, because I think we talked about on the show years ago. It's like NXT UK isn't for us.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Never was.
It never was. It's not for the American audience. If you tune in and you like it, that's a bonus for you. But
and that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah.
And I think Taquan makes a good point. Doesn't normal NXT lose more than it brings in? Probably does, but that is more of a direct investment in the company.
Yeah, because they have the facilities there.
Like Ricky, we were talking about college earlier. Like, ideally, how it should be is like someone like me who wanted to get in. Remember Nick, Big Dick Nick?
Yeah.
So
shout out to Big Dick Nick, by the way.
When WWE hired,
wait, who the fuck is Big Dick Nick?
You don't remember
Nick Giacobbe?
You don't remember Nick Giacobbe?
His nickname was Big Dick Nick.
Yeah. Big Dick Nick.
Yeah.
I remember Nick Giacobbe.
The joke is because looks like he's 9. Right, but he was hired by WWE for what I don't remember. But let's say for my analogy, it was production work.
Sure.
Like, he wanted to be like a cameraman, lighting, and all that kind of stuff. They send you to NXT.
Yeah,
like,
he was already he was already going to school at Full Sail too.
Yeah, he was going to Full Sail.
Yeah.
Like, it's NXT, regular NXT is an investment in your whole company, booking, you know, the business ends, talent relations, the wrestling, the training, like even down to the production guys, to the announcers, to the backstage reporters. It's an so it doesn't need to make a profit. It's an investment directly into your future product. And what I think is UK isn't necessarily like that.
No, I think the only thing the UK was actually had, they did have a UK Performance Center, which I don't know if they're still going to keep. I'm assuming they probably will.
Yeah, they should.
Just to keep the bases in there. But I don't think, I don't know the details of how like fancy and exquisite the UK Performance Center is compared to WWE's down in Orlando. I know WWE's in Orlando is like a heaven. You know, for anybody in the wrestling business. Like, I remember when we had PB Smooth on, and he had been, you know, I've been chatting with him on the side when he had gotten one of his tryouts, and I said, well, how was it like? He goes, I need to be in this facility, like, 24/7. Like, it has everything that you would need to become a wrestling.
It's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, they got booths where you can just cut promos.
Yeah, you can cut promos. You can watch old film and work on your commentary.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
On top of that, and on top of all of this craziness that's going on, did you realize what kind of snuck in between the lines of all this NXT talk?
What did Vince do now?
No, not even that.
God.
I find it even funnier. The either assistant or the assistant vice president of talent relations
Oh, Shawn
is
Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
Yes. You do realize that D-Generation X is now the head of talent relations for all of WWE and NXT.
Who would have thought?
Dude, it's the weirdest thing how wrestlers, like, what does Shawn Michaels know about running a global corporation?
Nothing.
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 Literally
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. But you know what, dude? I think he's gonna be really good at it.
He's gonna spot talent like no one's business.
Dude, he's the Heartbreak Kid. He can do anything. All right, dude, wrestling is the only industry. Like, imagine if like Shawn Michaels left WWE and had this job for Amazon. Or like, you have Triple H is like, you know what? I'm gonna become the CEO of Kmart.
Kmart doesn't
It would
even
never
exist
happen.
anymore.
It
Exactly.
would never fucking happen. He's a bodybuilder. Like, Triple H is a glorified bodybuilder, but he's also the CEO of a billion-dollar company.
Uh-huh.
He's really fucking good at it. What world do we live in?
I don't know.
Maybe you don't need to go to college to become like an executive of fucking
You don't.
Walmart.
It's a scam.
Oh
Like,
my
it's
god.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. But you know what, dude? There's nothing more American. Like, fuck,
Yeah.
that can't happen. That can't happen anywhere in Europe. Like,
Triple H got into a storyline with the boss's daughter, married the boss's daughter in real life, and now is the head of the company that brought him in as the New England Blue Blood, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
dude, and he got to date rape her on TV. Like,
As per storyline.
and he got
As
to fuck
per
a corpse.
storyline, yeah.
And he got to fuck a corpse.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Which
Like, at least
The
Kane go ahead, Kay.
The biopic of Triple H's life is going to be insane.
oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, dude, at least Kane running for office makes sense because literally being a politician, you need no qualifications for anything.
No, you know.
So that makes sense. Like, Kane winning for office and winning, hell, Jesse DeBody was a governor. All right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was a
So-
governor too.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was a governor, and you know what? 3 for 3 in politicians. In my
Oh,
way better than fucking Ted Cruz or AOC.
oh god, I fucking hate Ted Cruz. Fuck Ted Cruz. Let's never talk about Ted Cruz on the show ever again.
Yes, please.
God, a guy who forgets he's Hispanic.
Oh no, he
I
knows.
forgot he's Spanish.
That's why he goes by Ted and not by his real name.
He's what certain. Oh my God, neither does Bill De Blasio, but he is what a certain group of people call a good one.
Yeah, okay.
God. Wait, what is Bill de Blasio's real name?
It's not Bill De Blasio.
It's like Will. It's probably Will something like Wilhelm.
No.
William Blasio?
No, hang on. It's like Bill De Blasio. I don't know why I put an N.
William de Blasio?
Warren Wilhelm Jr.
Oh, so that's where the Bill comes from. The Wilhelm.
Yeah, Wilhelm.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah, but then he
What?
changes. He went by a surname so he can sound more Italian.
Really?
Yeah, dude, De Blasio. That's so Italian, and it's New York.
Yeah. Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, dude, he culturally appropriated my culture.
But De Blasio is part of his name, so he's not culturally appropriating anything.
No, his name is. Where do you see De Blasio in Warren Wilhelm?
Oh, so he changed his name to De Blasio.
Yeah,
He changed his name completely.
He changed his name to Bill De Blasio.
Oh, so Warren Wilhelm was his real name, and then he changed.
It's his real name.
And then he changed it.
Warren Wilhelm is his real name.
Oh, so then he changed the Warren Wilhelm De Blasio.
He changed it to Blasio so he could sound more Italian so he can win mayor.
Wait. Is his name legally Bill de Blasio now?
I think so.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I have no problem with him changing his name. It's fucking hilarious. I honestly have no problem with him culture appropriating Italian culture either. I think it's hilarious. Appropriation's appreciation, baby.
Where
You
did
go,
the-
Italian.
Where did the De Blasio thing? Like, did he pull that out of? We can talk about this at another time.
He must have. He must have. I think it's fucking hilarious, though.
That's what I'm pondering about. But also, before we move on, Taekwon says we live in a world where Master P has his own noodles. Anything can happen.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Master P has his own noodles. Ryan Reynolds owns a European soccer team, by the way. Like, shit is weird.
And Dennis Rodman exists.
And Dennis
America's
Rodman
the best,
might
dude.
say Brittany Griner from Russia. This place is wild. Never a dull moment. Speaking of never a dull moment, talk about the greatest surprise of the Triple H era. We're going to call it the Triple H era of himself.
It's been a month, bro. Stop that. Stop saying that.
It is.
Stop
Listen,
saying Triple H era.
it's the Triple H era. I'm going to tell. Vince didn't do this. Vince would have never brought him back.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine to say it's a Triple H era, but it's the biggest moment in it. It's been like, okay, it's like your baby rolls over for the first time. Oh, it's the best thing in the 8 hours he's been alive.
Well, yeah, it is. But it still is. This is the biggest moment of support. And the fact of the matter is, from what I've read, is that this was a genuine surprise for everybody in the back. There was a very small group of people who knew that he was showing up in Toronto. It wasn't on any wasn't on any call sheets, wasn't on any production sheets before the show. Like, this was a genuine, just going to happen.
That's pretty cool. That's really cool.
It was. I mean, I think I probably had a similar reaction to most people. Like, I'm BS. Like, Raw's going great at this point. Raw's going great. You know, Dexter has just kidnapped the Miz, and everybody's like, "Oh, okay, I guess this is just a thing." Happening, and then they went to commercial. I was like, "Okay, commercial, BSing," and then they came back from commercial. Nothing was really said, and then Rebel Heart started playing, and I said, "Wait a minute, I know this song."
Yeah,
I
it really
marked
was. It really was just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what a nice surprise. Like, not even like he didn't interrupt Alpha Academy. He didn't he didn't interrupt Theory. Theory interrupted him.
Which is brilliant. Brilliant, by the way.
Dude, the word for Raw this week is different. They did something different. They kicked off with during the pyro, not what have you. The Riddle Seth brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's just like, oh, this is new. It's not just a promo in the ring.
Yeah.
Right? Then Johnny Gargano coming back from a commercial break out of left field.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I love it.
Yeah, it was different.
Okay, what were your thoughts on the Johnny Gargano return?
I was so surprised. Like, I haven't been that surprised by wrestling in a really long time. I watched Raw while I was working this week, so like I didn't process Raw the way I wish I did because I was not expecting. I was literally like typing away in the computer, and then I heard this Rebel Heart, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I mean, it was really funny because if you look back at the Canadian crowds, they were in Toronto. A lot of them also didn't know how to react initially.
They looked stunned. I literally turned away from what I was doing and looked at my TV, and I saw the crowd look stunned.
I was stunned too. I was like, "Wait, what?" And then like I saw his logo on the heart of it. It's like Gargano. I was like, "You son of a bitch, you!" And I find it hysterical, Will, because guess where AEW is at tonight?
Are they in Cleveland?
They're in Cleveland.
Oh my god, that's amazing. That's so good. That's so good. You know, the initial pop of Johnny's music didn't really pop that hard.
Until he
then
walked
once they
out.
Came out.
Yeah.
It's they walked out and they're like, oh right. Woo! It was nice, dude. I liked it. I was like, that's a genuine moment right there.
Yeah.
15,000 people forgetting and then instantly remembering all at the same time.
I really think people were also expecting on AEW tonight.
Yeah.
Why? Why would
They're
he
Cleveland.
go there? But that doesn't mean anything. Like every time we're in our hometown and someone's wrestling, it's like, oh, maybe so and so is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, but when has that ever happened? You know, Triple H came back in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that's because WWE doesn't go to New Hampshire for Raw. Okay, that's why. That's almost as north as they're going to get.
I guess, but like it's no surprise to me Johnny came back. Johnny strikes me and this is from like meeting him twice. All right, at signings, I paid for it. So I paid to meet him. Fuck you.
Yeah, which by the way,
Um,
Johnny Gargano. If you ever meet Johnny Gargano in person, please do. One of the nicest wrestlers
He's
He's
ever.
so nice.
super sweet.
Yeah.
So for my brief confrontations, not yet, confrontations, meetings, this is the sense I got for him. This fucker wants to be WWE
Conversation?
champion. Conversation. Thank you, Kay. This guy wants to be WWE champion. This guy wants to make it in WWE. This guy's a WWE loyalist, and he's a Triple H loyalist, and I think he's very loyal in general. So there was not a shadow of a doubt he was coming back to WWE ever, especially in the Triple H era.
Did you listen to his speech when he got in the ring?
In the ring,
Yeah.
yeah, it was great.
It's essentially everything
Yeah.
he said. He said, I wanted, he's like, well, first off, he came back for his child, Quinn, which I get it. You know, he wanted to show his child about
It was a great introduction to him.
Oh, no, it was great. Johnny Gargano's never been bad on the microphone at all. He's very personal. It's like he knows how to talk to the fan base of, like, marks, almost.
NXT was a great help for him for that because when he first started his promos, I don't even remember them, but I
Yeah.
can. As his career went on, his promos have gotten better and better and better.
Yeah, and
sure.
and so when one of his things that he said, and he also said in a backstage segment that aired online, he was pretty much like, I want to win the Intercontinental Championship. I want to win the U.S. title. I want to go to WrestleMania. I want to win the WWE Championship, and I can only do that in WWE.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it's going to be like that for a while until there's something comparative to a WrestleMania level event. There's just I don't think people realize how much of a cultural significance inside of the sport and outside of a sport that WrestleMania is to so many people of my generation, of a generation, and the generations before ours. How big of a deal that is to grow up and see the things that they saw at WrestleMania and be like, I want to do that, and I can't do that anywhere else unless I am in WWE.
Dude, the crazy thing is, it's still super underrated,
What do you mean?
in my opinion. I think, like, in comparison to the Super Bowl, the finals, the World Series,
Sure.
I think that WrestleMania is still underrated and underappreciated.
Yeah, it's looked down on.
It is.
It's looked down on.
It's looked down on.
Yeah.
For sure. But it's still it's cooler than all of them. The Super Bowl halftime show can
it's
suck
the
a
coolest
nut to
thing.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the Super Bowl halftime show this year, but usually it's like it's a lot of pomp and circumstance where, in my opinion, you get everything that you would want at like a Final Four or even a World Series, a Final Four, a World Series, a Super Bowl. You get sports and you also get entertained. All in the same thing. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
It really is.
You know,
And you get maximum male models.
That too.
you do get maximum male models. So I'm happy for Johnny to get back. I'm also excited for the fact that we can potentially see Ciampa and Gargano go off at a WrestleMania.
Dude, there's so many possibilities. Honestly, Gargano with Theory right now is great. Gargano with Miz would be great. Gargano and KO would be great. Gargano and Ciampa would be great. Gargano and Priest would be great. Gargano and Finn. Hell, Gargano and Rhea would be fucking great.
Gargano and Rhea would be fucking great.
Like Gargano with Michael Cole would be great.
Gargano and Pat McAfee.
Yeah,
Whew.
honestly. The only thing that
Gargano
wouldn't be
and
great is
Ricochet
Baron
would be
Corbin.
fun.
That's the only thing that wouldn't be great.
Baron Corbin?
Johnny would make it great.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to get Baron Corbin to try. Baron Corbin does a good job. But
Yo, Chad Gable versus Gargano
wow.
would be fun.
That would be a wrestling clinic and a half. And I'm here for it. And so I'm happy for Johnny. I think Johnny made the right move. He waited it out for the perfect time.
I also would like to point out that I feel like they waited for Triple H to put wrestling back on the okay list to bring Johnny back. Because he couldn't be Johnny Sports Entertainment.
You know,
When Ricochet grabs a mic, you can hear a pen drop. Axe, dude. No, I never want to see Ricochet talk again.
it's the lisp, really. I
The pussy dungeon.
You know what it was? It's one of those things where I think Johnny just had good timing. It was one of those things like, okay, he probably had offers from AEW, and I don't blame him if he did. But he probably was like, okay, let's wait. And then more news broke about stuff, and he probably had inside information because he knows people in the business. And it's like, okay, we're gonna wait. Oh, there's more. All right, let's wait. Let's wait. Let's wait. Oh, he's gone. Triple H's in charge. Okay. Oh, Shawn Michaels is calling me, my idol, to make me stay. All right, let's go. That's what happened.
They courted him.
Yeah, they courted him. The rumor is that Shawn Michaels was tasked with calling up Johnny to coax him to come back.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah,
I mean, it works.
Yeah.
Again, another reason why you put wrestlers in these executive positions.
It's like, well, like, what if Derek Cheetah called you tomorrow?
I don't care what the answer is. I'm doing it.
Exactly.
And if he was like, hey, Will, I got a task for you. I want you to walk to Phoenix. Yeah, I'm serious. Okay, Derek, I'll see you there. Oh, I'm not going to be there. All right, I'm going. See ya. I'll do it. Yeah, I don't care what it is. I'm doing it.
Exactly. That proves Will's point. You put these people in power, they have influence over the people that you're trying to bring in or trying to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic job. Fantastic job. So I'm excited to see what Gargano does. And also, Austin Theory is brilliant as a heel.
So good.
So
Hit me, Johnny. Hit me with it. He's just like, all right.
I was like, wow. I was like, he's such a good heel.
He got it.
Yeah, he got it.
He gets it.
Yeah.
He gets it.
On to AEW and some interesting things coming out of there. In particular, Kenny Omega's back, everybody. Yay.
Woo! So we have two conspiracies
Okay.
regarding AEW.
What's your AEW conspiracy, Will?
So one of them is about Kenny. And if Kenny is 100%.
Oh, I heard that.
Like, they said he looked a little sluggish in the ring. And his One Ring and Angel wasn't that great. And, like, the V-Trigger wasn't that. He just didn't look that and didn't look himself.
Mm-hmm.
So people are saying...
He had
like,
a ring rust for sure.
He wrestled in his T-shirt. Like, it didn't look like Kenny Omega. So people are saying, like, oh, like, he's not the same. He's still wrestling her. He'd come back too early. This, that, and the other. Whatever the fuck likes to talk about. And the other half was saying, no, bro, it's a storyline. Like, just wait. Like, next week he's going to come out without a shirt on. Like, he's going to be just fine.
They made such a big deal about Kenny's entrance, which I think was by design to hide the fact that Kenny was not good to wrestle.
He's also in a trios tournament. That's
the point. They rushed him. That's why they brought him back, so Kenny and the Bucks can be the inaugural trios champions. You know that's what they're doing.
Yeah, but also the fact
there's no fucking way anyone else wins that.
Also the fact that he's in a trios tournament. Usually people get put in tag match. Well, if you're putting people in tags, it's usually to hide something.
Yeah, you can hide Kenny, but within the Bucks.
Exactly. You can hide the fact that he's not ready to go as a singles competitor if you hide him in a tag team or a trios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's back. I like Kenny. They need him. AEW needs some buzz right now, and Punk and Kenny, that's buzz.
You know what?
Whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, but AEW also needs that video game to look a lot better than what it looks like. And Kenny was in charge of that.
Apparently somebody was streaming like a preview of the game on Twitch, and it looked fun. I didn't see it. But I saw that on Twitter today.
I saw a couple of screenshots. It still looks too cartoony.
Dude, if the graphics aren't as good, but the gameplay is smooth and it's fun,
it'll work.
I don't care. Like, WWE looks pretty, but the game itself is kind of eh.
Yeah. I like the 2K.
If the graphics are like but the gameplay is wow, I don't care. It's the first game. The graphics don't need to be perfect.
Yeah. So
my graphics card will make them perfect.
Graphics card can only do so much. The other thing going on in AEW, I was gonna say WWE, in AEW is apparently tonight we have the AEW championship match between interim champion Jon Moxley and returning champion CM Punk. For the undisputed AEW championship, what everybody thought would be the main event of All Out happening next week next weekend is happening tonight in Cleveland, Ohio. So what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, what? Moxley's from Cincinnati, so it's close enough.
Cincinnati. Say it right.
Cincinnati. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, Cincinnati.
No one says Cincinnati.
My initial thought is, what the fuck are you doing? But then, my secondary thought, my more intelligent and deeper thought, was just wait and see what happens. Because we don't know what the match is for the pay-per-view. Like this match could still happen at the pay-per-view. We could see a dusty finish. It could be a triple threat. There's a number of things that could happen tonight. And they're trying to pop a rating. They really want to be above 1 million viewers consistently. That's more important than the pay-per-view buys. And as a young company, I mean, their pay-per-view is gonna. They know their pay-per-view sells. All Out
will sell.
Yeah, they have a great track record of selling pay-per-views. They don't have a great track record of a million views consistently on television. And I think that's more important to them because they want a big TV deal from Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers has a lot of stock in them as well, so they really want to deliver. So I'd say there's more pressure on AEW now for TV ratings than there is pay-per-view buys. So I think if you look at it that way, it makes more sense.
Gotcha. Okay.
Creatively, I'm with you, Ricky, but I'm still going to give them the benefit of the doubt and see what happens.
Yeah, creatively, I'm just like, what are you guys doing? Like, this reminds me, even though it worked for WCW at that time, when they did Nitro from the Georgia Dome, and Goldberg beat Hogan. Yeah. Like, that could have easily been pay-per-view, go fucking nuts.
I mean, Bischoff has a very good counter to that one specifically, though, because it got eyeballs on the product. The pay-per-view would have been more money that one night.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It would have been a huge payday, huge buy numbers, etc. But doing that on TV, you'd probably get more money, more eyeballs on your product over the long term.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that way of thought. And
I would have done it on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I know
that buy rate, dude.
But I know I tuned in when he beat Hogan. I'm not gonna lie.
At the same time.
Yeah.
At the same time. There's not really a bad answer. The point is you have the match.
Yeah.
That's good news regardless. Don't let the good be the villain of the perfect.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous. But Kay, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
So I kind of have a feeling that MJF is coming back really soon for Punk.
Honestly, MJF is exactly what AEW would need.
Yes.
Like, if Punk could win tonight and MJF could come out after and challenge Punk for the title in Chicago. And depending on... I'm curious how MJF's conversations with Tony have gone, if they have spoken, which I'm assuming they have to have spoken about something by now.
Oh, I don't know. Don't let pettiness fool you.
I know.
Dude, based off what Punk did last week, I think it's very possible Tony Khan has very little control over his top superstars.
Okay, so you guys got to inform me. What the fuck happened with Punk last week?
Punk called out pretty much went rogue and called out Hangman for no fucking reason.
Yes.
Oh.
And Hangman was busy, so he obviously didn't cut. Like, he was I guess doing other shit backstage, so he didn't come out because he wasn't supposed to come out.
He wasn't there. I heard he wasn't even there.
Oh, he wasn't even there?
I heard he wasn't even in the building. Like, he wasn't there. And Punk knew he was there. So, Ricky, what happened is Punk kicks off Dynamite and essentially says, there are two really things I got to talk about right now. One more important than the other. Let's get one that's not important over with. And he goes, Hangman Adam Page. Like, you want your rematch? Let's do it right now. And the line that really has everyone going is, he's like, when you screw up, when you disrespect someone, the apology is supposed to outweigh the offense. And he's like, and you didn't do that. So here I am calling you out. And he did all this knowing he wasn't there, and then immediately went into Jon Moxley. Because he's in a program with Jon Moxley. So why are you cutting a promo on Hangman Adam Page? Are you in a program with Hangman Adam Page?
Yeah.
Apparently,
no.
I don't know what exactly happened. Apparently, Punk has heat with Hangman backstage.
Which is fine. Which is, you know what? Have heat. But you gotta be a professional. Like, if Punk went rogue, like, fuck you, Phil.
Again.
What the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
Don't bury one of your top talents in the company. I thought you were a company guy.
Wait, hold on. You thought Punk was a company guy?
Yeah, I was being facetious. I know he's not a company guy. Yeah, Punk.
And you know what's funny? You know what came out recently? So it was like the 11th anniversary of. Do you remember when Punk and Triple H were feuding, and Triple H was saying that said to Punk that CM Punk wants to be the catalyst for change, but only when it benefits him?
Ooh.
It's true. It's true.
It is true.
Yeah, it is. Wow. Triple H, nail on the head. Holy fuck.
So here's the thing that really irks me, and I don't know whose fault this is, but AEW, because remember the MJF thing, the big question was that real? Is it real?
Mm-hmm.
With Kenny, now is he injured? Oh, is this real? Now Punk going rogue, is this real? I don't like that AEW has me asking if what I'm seeing with my own two eyes is real. Like
not that consistently.
Not that consistent. Like it's okay to work. The whole business is to work. I get it, but is this real? Isn't a good question to be asking. Like you can't just enjoy the product for what it is. You gotta be asking, oh, is this real?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're not watching the right story.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what's bleeding. It's like what's happening backstage is bleeding out on TV, and that's never a good thing.
That's you don't.
That's
you don't
exactly what's happening.
You don't want to air too much dirty laundry, and like this is something that's the best part about Vince McMahon, and another reason why wrestlers need to be in these positions. The boys have to respect you, especially the top boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
The talent needs to respect you. Everyone respects Triple H as the boss. Everyone respects Vince McMahon as the boss. Hell, you respect Bruce Pritchard as the boss.
Yeah.
Do these people, these top guys, all of them, some of them, sure, but do you think CM Punk respects Tony Khan as the boss?
Hell no.
No.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question, but based off what I'm seeing on TV, and I'm asking, is this real? No. Fuck no. And that's not good in any situation.
I think Punk likes Tony Khan. I think they get along very well. But at the end of the day, Punk is here to do whatever he wants to do.
Yes.
This is probably his final run, and he just wants to do him. So I don't agree with him going rogue and attacking Hangman on TV for no fucking reason. But it tracks. It's not shocking. His behavior is not shocking.
It never has been shocking with Punk,
No.
but this is when you have to, as the head of your company, where you have to step your foot in the Punk's ass and be like, listen, don't fucking do that. Like, unacceptable.
Hell, Martha Hart walked all over him.
This is what I'm saying in theory.
Martha Hart got like an hour.
You know, and
more or less.
And I do think Punk went rogue. That is my honest opinion, because there's other people saying out there, oh, it's a work. Tony Khan knows what he's doing. It's just
I don't believe that at all. I don't believe Tony Khan knows what he's doing.
The train looks like the track record's going again.
Yeah.
It's just like
Tony's a smart dude, but he's not that smart.
Yeah,
no,
like,
he's not that smart at all.
I don't think he's wrestling smart.
No, he's not.
Like, I don't. He's not a good wrestling politicker.
No, because he doesn't understand the business. He understands the business from the perspective of a fan.
Of a fan, and like that has its strengths.
But it has a lot of weaknesses when you're trying to run the business. And he had people who could have helped him, like Cody, but then Cody left.
Yeah, and there's some people in that roster who are genuinely good people, like a Kenny, like the Bucks, like a Hangman, hell, maybe even like an Adam Cole, who maybe not Adam Cole, but like the original core. Like Cody left, right?
Yeah.
That's a bad sign on Tony more than anything.
Yes.
Like your partner, the guy whose idea it was left.
Yeah. The guy who...
And now you want to say it's smart to play 40 chess with CM Punk on TV to get people talking on the internet?
No.
Sure. Okay. You can play 40 chess. I'm going to live here in reality.
Yeah, no, it never looks good when the guy that helped legitimize the concept of AEW, that being Cody Rhodes, as he had the most experience running anything, ups and leaves in, what should be still a growing period. for them. And
WWE's biggest problem is always creative. Always. Creative is always the bigger problem than all the backstage bullshit.
Correct. It's never production.
That's by design, because they don't let backstage politics, except for Sasha and Naomi,
get in the way, or anything with the Warrior from time to time.
Yeah, well, fuck him, he deserves it.
But it's never the way the product is presented. It's never the way packages are presented with WWE in general. It's always how can we creatively grab the audience and keep them there.
Yeah, and I like works, but you gotta be classy about it.
Yeah, you've really gotta hide it. Like when essentially it's like when HBK insinuated that Bret Hart was sleeping with Sunny. He does a Sunny Days promo.
Oh, that was great though.
But like, you don't like the common fan doesn't know that.
Yeah, no idea.
And that's how you kind of weave it in, and then it can come out later like, oh, he was saying some shit to him, but like,
oh, what, dude? Taquan is totally right. Tony Khan gets treated like a male Dixie Carter. Dude, that's what it is.
Yeah. Also
that's what it is.
Yeah. Also in AEW news, apparently Thunder Rosa is injured, so there's going to be another interim World Women's Champion. Yay!
Amazing. Congratulations, Britt Baker.
You're champion again. Congrats to Britt Baker. Let's move on to Daddy Mania Part 2 for Kay Murphy, when Roman and Drew McIntyre just decided to yell at each other to end SmackDown.
This was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Kay,
oh my God, I loved it.
How was this for you?
So I showed my roommate, Roman and Drew, and she fell in love with Roman immediately.
Immediately with Roman and not Drew?
Roman, okay. Yeah. So we were cleaning today, so I had my computer in the kitchen while I was cleaning the kitchen. I was watching SmackDown and AEW while I cleaned. Mm-hmm. And she was like, she walked by and earlier in SmackDown, she noticed Sheamus. She's like, oh, he's hot. And then she...
Wait. Time to fuck out. What? Said Sheamus, oh, he's hot. And then saw Roman...
But no, before Roman, Ricochet.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
And then, so later in the episode when Roman came out, I knew Roman would be so great. So I literally come to her. I'm like, yo, my number one daddy's on TV. Come.
I love that thing. I love that she knows what that means.
My number one dad. I hope you love your fun facts this week, Kay.
I do, because it's true. I do love my daddies. So... yeah, they screamed at each other. I blinked. Next thing you know, Drew's shirt was off. Like,
did you think you were dreaming?
I was gagged. It was great. And 2019 me would have really, really loved this. Because when Drew and Roman went at it the year we went to Mania, I was morally and emotionally compromised.
Very true. What were your thoughts on them just screaming at each other? I didn't think they were going to throw hands, to be honest with you.
Yeah, my dick twitched. What can I say?
Fair statement.
I love joking and hinting that I might be gay on the show. It's so much fun.
I'm gonna remember this so I can clip that.
I kind of want to think I might be gay.
Just right before we start laughing, just like, oh, my dick twitched, what can I say? And then like just put it on TikTok.
Yeah, my dick twitched, what can I say?
Oh my God, amazing. Yeah, they're really trying their hardest to make this Clash at the Castle thing with them be really good, which I think it will be really good. I'm excited for this premium live event or pay-per-view. It's going to be a big weekend next weekend for us. We got to preview All Out and Clash at the Castle because it's happening all on Labor Day weekend.
I'm gonna have a mentee B next week.
I'm going to call it All Out at the Castle, or something like that. But let's move on to other things going on. Ronda's arrested yet again.
She's getting better.
I like bad. I don't give a shit. Ronda.
It's getting better. The past 2 weeks have been better.
Yeah, I think this is more of her like authentic self.
It's better. I just hate her.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I get it.
That's okay.
I understand.
Yeah, I get it.
I kind of honestly, I was focusing more on cleaning the oven than I was Ronda Rousey.
That's fair. There's
Yeah.
a lot going on in the world, and there's better things on wrestling to watch. There's only so much your brain can attend to, and Ronda is not one of them. Not really for me either, but she's getting there.
She's getting there. No, she's getting there. This is the character.
She's making her way back.
It's the character she should have been from the jump. You know.
Yes.
The biggest news coming out of, speaking of pale people and Sheamus, look, it's Sheamus right here. That Fatal 5-Way, great match.
It was wonderful.
They were in Montreal.
Sami Zayn, baby, dude.
They was in Montreal. They made Sami Zayn look like $1 million.
He has $1 million, $1 million loonies, and 2 million toonies.
Yeah, they should have given him his old music.
I mean, he has enough of his old music, but I mean, it's Sammy in Montreal. He's always going to get a pop. What I enjoyed myself, particularly was, did you see the backstage segment between him and Roman?
With Kevin?
Oh, it was so funny. It was so good. Jay Uso called?
Yeah.
Or was it Jimmy? It was Jimmy.
He's like, oh yeah, they're stuck at the border.
I'll tell him. Dude, I just love that Uso is like the N-word for Sami Zayn. I love it. I love it. Like, Sami Zayn feels like he's saying the N-word when he says Us.
It's probably his motivation, to be honest with you. It probably is. But the big thing here is that Sheamus wins, and picture this, Kay Murphy, at Clash at the Castle for the Intercontinental Championship. It is Sheamus versus Gunther.
Europe.
Hell yeah,
in
dude.
Europe, by the way.
This is the least American thing I've ever heard. I love it.
Dude, it's gonna be a great card.
I'm like, when I realized that Sheamus is going to face Gunther in the UK for the Intercontinental Championship, I thought to myself, oh my God, they're going to kill each other.
And it's next week, right?
It's next week, yeah.
Dude, I hope they do this every year. They do. They
I like
go to
it.
Saudi once a quarter, right? They can go to UK.
I think, to be honest with you, I think they need to pander to the UK fans a little bit more. And I think giving them a premium pay-per-view like this.
Court them, dude.
Good. Listen, if you're going to give NXT Europe, and I think that's how you create a little bit more value in NXT Europe and UK, bring your main roster superstars over there once a year. Put on a premium live event there.
Yeah, dude, start getting the rights to those buildings so AEW can't take them.
Watch AEW does like waddle at the Wembley.
That'd be so fucking nuts. They lock AEW out of Europe.
Like, dude, put it this way: if the Jaguars ever play in London, that London game football
Which
game,
they usually do.
AEW should go over there the same week and have a Dynamite there and a Rampage.
That's a lot of maneuvering. I doubt they'll be able to
I mean,
work.
the cons are there already, dude. Might as well.
Yeah, but it's the one thing when the NFL goes to Europe, the NFL takes over that town. And so it's like you've really got to be partnering with the NFL, and I doubt they'll be able to. It's a con, so I don't know if they
don't need to partner with the NFL. They got to partner with the town. They just need the arena.
Sure, but if the NFL's taking most of the big places in that town for that week.
Well, AEW is not that big. Well, how much do they need? Like, what do you mean? Like hotels? Like, what do you mean?
I'm telling when the NFL goes to the UK or wherever Germany or wherever they go, they make it almost like a Super Bowl level event for them. Like people from all over Europe are going to see the NFL.
Okay, but what does that mean though? Like, how does that affect AEW?
Where the hell are you going to put them?
Like in an arena, football plays.
No, in general, like housing them, feeding them, drinking them, like the tourism for NFL and tourism for AEW. While that can overlap, the chances of it overlapping that significantly are not good. So it's going to be a fuck ton of AEW fans and a fuck ton of UK NFL fans.
And there's more NFL fans than AEW fans.
Hey man,
yeah,
you gotta bump up your infrastructure then.
It's not even that. That's like saying it's like saying having the Super Bowl and WrestleMania in the same place at the same time.
No, I would say it's like having a Super Bowl and a Dynamite at the same time. I think most US cities could handle that.
My IRL relation to this is I was once going to the city for a concert that happened to fall on the same day as not just SantaCon, but an Insane Clown Posse event
So many juggalos.
And a Rangers game.
That sounds horrible.
It was over fucking whelming.
Like Ricky, say if
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania was in June for whatever reason, they did it
Okay.
like they did it at MetLife. Does that mean like they couldn't do a Pride parade?
They could.
But a Pride Parade is just but it's not like a Pride Parade's not shutting down.
Hey Murphy, how many people do you think about it? How many people do you think about New York City Pride for
Million?
one parade?
At least 2 million for New York City.
Yeah, you know.
But it depends on the city. So, say having New York City and MetLife, like while like WWE, for example, booked like markets at MetLife Stadium as a New York City venue, as a lot of events do. The Pride tourism, a lot of New York City Pride is people from the city and Jersey and Long Island that don't need, say, like, you know, lodging, for example. And I also the Pride Parade is in the Village, whereas, you know, tour is like there's the whole borough, the whole city.
Yeah.
Like,
right. So like yeah, the game would be in London, but an AEW could be in an arena.
Yeah, but where's the
and that holds like 12,000.
Yeah, but where's the arena?
It has to be some sort of basketball or like indoor arena in London.
So, but what
they play sports there?
I think you're missing the point. There is that case saying like, okay, so even though like we're marketing like MetLife to be in New York City, it's not. It's New Jersey.
It's in Jersey.
And
I think LA could. I think LA could handle it. Do Staples Center and then what? SoFi.
SoFi's in Englewood. It's not even LA.
I think a more accurate example would be say you're putting AEW in Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then you're also booking some large event at fucking Citi Field. Like, that's a little different because then
I don't think London's that small though.
No, London's big as shit.
How big is London?
But
how big is London?
London's a pretty big city, but it's.
But what I'm trying to say about that is the proximity between, say, Arthur Ashe being in Flushing and then Citi Field, like they're fucking close. So the tourism will be shared. So like both the people at, say, the Bad Bunny
I got you. They'd have one hotel for both venues. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and since
things like that are so in London, like I don't know how London is like compared to, say, New York City for that kind of shit, but with how big the NFL is in general, regardless of how many AEW fans there are, there's not enough room in this town for both of them.
Yeah, it's the shared tourism aspect that would, I think, be the reason that they wouldn't.
I think London could handle it.
I wouldn't put it.
I don't think any other city in the UK could.
I don't know, but you're also thinking about like these. They're London. The NFL's doing soccer stadiums, which are by and large in Europe bigger than the NFL stadiums, which means that you're going to bring in more people and more tourism, and the shared tourism aspect of having both of those in one major city, I think could be detrimental to the city. And I think it's better to have one, and probably obviously the bigger one, than it is to have both of them. If they were smaller events on the same level, like Kay was saying, like I hate to say Insane Clown Posse mixed with SantaCon and a Ranger game, but those are things that are a little bit more condensed that you can kind of organize around. You know, but when you have something else like, all right, the NFL's coming to Europe, and and AEW might be expanding over to Europe, and they're going to be in the same town, I think that's a little bit too much at that point in time.
Okay, we got Punk and Moxley starting right now, by the way.
Punk's getting a lot of booze.
Oh, God.
So we're going to speed through a lot of this as Kay's going to
go. We need to go.
Their mind.
I'm leaving. Oh, no, I'm leaving. I'm not coming to post-show.
Oh, wow. Well, so Kay is just officially saying, I'm out. Really?
If CM Punk wins and I miss it, are you kidding?
My goodness. Just put it on mute. Just don't scream into the mic when something happens.
That's the thing. But if I have it on, it's going to affect my fucking...
They want to hear JR bumble through commentary.
No. But if I have the show on which I'm about to do, and you're going to see, my quality is going to be compromised.
What quality of what?
My internet?
I mean, we'll find out. I just want to see the quality of your reactions, to be honest
Okay,
with
you
you.
can go watch the match. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Like, what were we doing today on the pre-show anyway? Post-show anyway?
I don't remember. We were going to hear about your... We didn't know what the FFS meant, by the way.
Oh, we'll talk about that off camera.
Okay. Fair enough. But stay, just let us know when you're leaving. But until then, Will, do you want to talk about how Liv's going to die? I mean, we're not going to talk about this so much on this week's show, but Liv's going to die.
Yeah. Probably. I don't see why not. I mean, they're not really booking her too well, man, like at all.
Yeah, Liv is not a...
Punk is wearing pants. This is not a good sign.
He's probably losing.
I think he's winning.
Sorry.
Dude,
I just needed to share.
if Punk wins, turns heel, MJF comes back as a mega baby face, dude.
It'd be brilliant.
Dude, I think for some reason it would work.
Yeah, I don't, and also I don't think Liv is a Triple H girl. And I think Shayna. It's time for Shayna.
You know what it is? Triple H finds her cute, and Stephanie's just like, yeah.
I kind of feel bad for her though.
I do, but like Shayna.
Could you fucking imagine though? Like, you have your dream job and your dream company, and you finally get to be at the top of your company, but only to find out that everyone thinks you're a fucking joke.
Hey man,
so
that money helps.
the money does
help. You're right.
Hey man, she used to work at Hooters. It can't be worse than that.
It's an upgrade. Shout out to Hooters, by the way. Hooters, great wings.
Shout out to Hooters, man. You're doing a Lord's work.
But listen, the money right now is in Shayna and Ronda, and I'm all for that when that happens. Let's talk about this. This is a down point for me in SmackDown, which is funny because I'm mentioning Hit Row and their rap performance. Well,
I'm so happy they're back.
I am happy they're back. I didn't like the rap performance myself. Was this on Hulu SmackDown for you, Will, or did you watch SmackDown?
No, Hulu SmackDown was all SmackDown. It's the full show.
It's the full show. So you watched this rap performance, right?
Yeah, I did. Now it's just like, wow, you guys totally got brought back so you can't sue the company.
I didn't.
I think like if Vince, if you know how Vicky we were talking about last week, if Vince used corporate money like in the past 2 years, some of those release cases could have like an actual case.
Yeah.
In suing the company. I think they're realizing that, like, fuck, we got to bring some of these guys back. At least we have to make an offer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Punk
lost.
That was quick.
Yeah. He looks hurt.
Again? Wow.
And as Mox was pinning him, he was flipping off the camera.
Who? Punk was flipping off the camera?
No, Mox was. Mox, as he's pinning Punk, is just...
So how long did this match go?
I got it on maybe a minute or two after Will told me it was on.
Yeah, I got that from Taquan. So if Taquan put that in the chat.
Punk's up next. Punk Max
starting
is the
now.
main
It
event.
doesn't have time.
Yes, he does.
It's
9:03.
Something's happened. Something's wrong.
It's a wait. So
it's 9:10. Something's wrong.
It's a 7-minute match.
And it wasn't the main event.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
It's essentially a squash. What is happening in AEW?
What the fuck is going on in AEW?
All right. Now Mox has a steel chair.
He's wasting time.
And he's something's wrong. I think something is genuinely wrong. The crowd seems to be loving it based on everyone seems to be clapping, but they're like literally Punk is like in like a fetal position kind of, they're pulling him out of the ring.
It was a 3.
He looks hurt.
It's a 3-minute match. Something went terribly wrong.
So he looked like he hurt his knee. Like he landed and you just see him grab his knee. Oh, he looks rough. He looks like he's in pain.
Mr. Fred says Phil is hurt.
He looks, yeah. He like can't. It's on his left leg, so he can't stand on it. He can't put weight on
That
it.
screams a tear of
Where's
a
my-
ligament.
That screams of your career is fucking over.
That also screams that as well. Ooh, that's going to be a good retrospective. The career of CM Punk in AEW.
It's a good year.
Wow.
You know what it is, dude? He accomplished his goal. He was a top guy. And then irony is that
Yeah.
fate and karma is just like, well, enjoy it while it lasts. Pussy.
He became a top guy. Well, he became a top guy and still was never able to main event the main
Okay.
show of a company.
This is what happened. This is what happened. So Punk tried to he did one of one of his spinny kick things.
His spinny kick things.
He I don't want to get up and do this, but he stood up and kind of like a roundhouse kick and tried to kick. Mocked in the face, and as he turned, he landed on his knee.
And she is.
And sorry for my terrible commentary. That's why I don't do commentary.
It's okay.
Dude, Mox supplies. I'm gonna get a chair. If we're gonna this is gonna be this bad,
We're gonna injure you. We're gonna injure you.
He's like, yeah, if you're injured, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do some fake shit to your knee.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that I totally hijacked the hit row segment, but that was important.
It's okay. It's
That's
okay.
fine. Hit row
It's
sucks.
okay. It's here's my thing with the hit row thing. I get that they're African Americans. I get that they're musical people, and I think that they're rappers. But I think this was just a bad idea. Not I get what the gimmick is for Hit Row, but I think you're overexposing them. And also, why the hell would you do this in Montreal? You know what I mean?
Let's do it in the whitest place around Canada.
Yeah. Why would you do it in Montreal? Why?
Might as well have done it in Finland.
Why would you give them a whole song? Why would you give them a whole song? Why would you do it in Montreal? I loved that they mic check Maximum Male Models. Okay, this is going to be interesting. I liked all of that. I just didn't like giving them a whole song. I think it overexposes their gimmick. Remember when Hit Row first came out and they were doing their promos on NXT as kind of almost like a rap song, but not really? Everything's kind of flowed inward with each other.
Dude, it was Swerve, dude. Swerve held them all together. Without Swerve, I don't care.
Swerve wasn't part of the original 3. Swerve was added as a last second.
I don't care, dude. Swerve was what made it cool.
Swerve wasn't what made it cool. Swerve was just there. He looked cool.
So you can see why they added Swerve.
Hmm?
You can see why they added Swerve because the three of them just kind of meh.
Well, you needed someone there as probably the wrestling leader of the group.
Exactly. There's no leader. It's who are you people? And who are you? I knew who you were.
Yeah.
You're not that anymore. So who are you? And I don't know, man. Actually, for the poster, I do have another Is It Racist?
It should be interesting.
Oh God. Oh God.
Probably good.
Can I handle this?
Maybe. We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
of course.
Let's move on to Raw and Edge turning back the clock against Damian Priest, putting on a main event. Holy shit, what a main event that was. And the big question is...
I actually didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
It's great.
It
I'm
was
upset.
it was really good. Well, do we see the return of Beth Phoenix?
Probably. I mean, in what? Oh, against Rhea?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a match I want to see for sure. Yes.
Oh my
please.
God, that's so hot. Give
Yeah,
me.
I agree with Kevin. I think it's switched a little bit.
Yeah, I think.
Oh my God.
I think Beth comes back for another match, because to be honest with you, Beth can still go. She retired early.
Yeah, for sure. She retired to be a mom.
Did.
I think that's what she wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know, or I'm just assuming, seeing as she retired and a few years later she got married and had a kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Beth coming back and wrestling. That's a good idea. When it makes sense. She
Yeah.
wrestles when it makes sense. Now, if we're gonna talk about Trish Stratus for a quick second.
Oh no! Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. That was my next topic. Let's talk about Trish. Okay, you can.
Wow, 50 never look. I don't know how old she is, but I'm assuming she's 50. Never looks better.
She looks incredible.
Dude, I don't know if it was the heels and made her ass look better and those tight ass yoga
Well,
pants.
remember,
but
she was a fitness model before she was a pro wrestler.
She looked ready to fuck. Is what I'm trying to say. She looked incredible.
Does she have children?
Yeah, she has like 2.
Good for her.
Also, did you notice? Like, I feel like she turned on. Like, does Trish Stratus usually talk with an accent? Because I feel like since she's in Canada, she has talked normally for the first time in like ever. I feel like she talked Canadian for the first time, and like in America, she has like a ditzy voice, not ditzy, but she has a different voice.
There might be some.
Dude,
might be some
I'm telling
validity
you,
to
watch
that.
it. Watch it back. I feel like she uses an accent in America,
Probably, I wouldn't.
like how Hugh Jackman does for Wolverine.
Or how Tom Holland does for Spider-Man.
Yes, exactly. I feel like Trish Stratus does
Or
that. And she was in
Benedict
Canada, she's like,
Cumberbatch.
I can finally speak normal.
Or Benedict Cumberbatch for Doctor Strange.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what it is about British and Australian people. They do American accents better than American accents. It's incredible. I hear them talk. I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Robert Pattinson's another one that I forget is British. all the time.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Christian Bale sounds like he's from Chicago.
You know what did it for me? When Trish, like, I can go from retired to unretired real quick. She took off, like, her jacket. I was like, oh, wow.
And she's ripped. She's fucking ripped.
I was like, my God.
She's ready to go.
I was like, yes, Trish. I love it. Like, every time we're in Toronto, Trish Stratus shows up because she has, like, nothing else to do.
Good for her.
Well, dude, I'm glad she's coming out of retirement. Hell yeah. I am all on this. I am all about it.
Oh, she's not wrestling anytime soon. That was just a tease.
Maybe. But, dude, consider me teased. I'm turned on.
I think you're.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fuck.
I think
Let's go.
your juices were titillated by Trish Stratus.
Yeah. And I'm a Lita chick. I liked Lita better.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought Lita was sexier, but no. Oh, nay. You put this Trish next to this Lita, it's Trish, baby. And I'm still a big fan of Lita. Lita still looks smashing.
Yeah.
She is smashing.
Yeah, but just Trish Stratus is essentially immortal at this point. Like, look at her. Like, my God. Yeah. Big ups to Trish. They need to hire her as a coach. Well, let's move on to 2 frat boys fighting over breakfast, a.k.a. Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. Is that what it looked like?
What are they fighting over?
I don't remember. I think the match is going to be great. I just think their outfits were ridiculous this week, if you can see. But what they're...
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I totally blacked this out. I don't remember this at all.
Alright, so, this started the show. So what happened was Raw goes on air, and then they started with a little bit of the pyro, and then they ran backstage to see them fighting in Gorilla, and then they started it's like someone hit the pyro incorrectly.
No, I think it was correctly.
And then they stopped it. They ran backstage. They were fighting. They started fighting all around the arena. They finally got dragged away, and then they did the pyro again.
Interesting.
I think two strong mommies bumping box, 3 fire emojis. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen in a chat room.
I think so as well. Seth Rollins was like a band member for Prince and the Revolution. It's also that is on point to Quan.
Yeah, dude. And he's just like, I'm just gonna stand in for Thriller.
It was good. They're gonna fight a class for something, probably because Seth.
Fritz, you have accents. You shut up.
What does Fred say?
We don't have an accent. Yes, you do. Canadians have accents. Yeah. Come on.
Canada absolutely has an accent.
Yeah.
Like, watch one episode of Degrassi: The Next Generation.
That's why I don't respect Drake.
That's why you don't respect Drake?
Listen. How are you the last person in a school when this is me talking to Jimmy Wheelchair, as I'll call him. How are you the last person in a school when there's been an active shooter as an African American? How are you the last person still there? And then you just freeze.
Because they're in a Canadian school.
I don't care. Don't care.
There's a lot less crime, according to this Canada.
I think he should have rapped in a wheelchair, to be honest. Like, Drake should have been in a wheelchair for his whole career.
I'm like a long time Degrassi fan. Like, long time. I've been watching it since I'm 11 years old.
Degrassi is a pretty great show.
It's incredible. And I just remember being in high school one day, scrolling through the channels. I just see Jimmy Brooks
You were gonna call
rapping,
him
and I'm
Jimmy
like,
Wheelchair,
he's
weren't
not
you? You were gonna call him
there.
Jimmy Wheelchair, weren't you?
No, I almost said Jimmy. I almost said Jimmy Wilson, but I'm like, who the fuck is Jimmy Wilson?
You, sh- I have to show you the clip when he actually gets shot and then gets paralyzed. Um,
Oh,
It's wild.
please. I'll laugh at
I
it.
know I laughed at it too. I was like, "Wow, you little bitch, Drake! Come on, like, like really, really, this is what you're known for." But anyway, I could
So,
talk about Drake ad nauseum. But continue, Kay.
well, I was gonna explain what happened to,
Oh no, we
to
can
Drake.
do that on the post. We can do that on the post.
Okay. I
Canadians
was
just
gonna tell the
discovered
whole story.
firearms 50 years ago. Give Drake a break. I will never give Drake a break to Quan. I will never give Drake a break.
I'm a fan of Drake. I like Drake. Drake gets too much hate.
I like Drake's music.
No, I like Drake. It's just that he's Drake.
I get it.
Yeah,
Dude.
it's get it.
It's
I
like
think
you make good music, but other than that, it's just like, come on.
Yeah, come on,
You are
Drake.
cringy as fuck, bro.
Huh?
Sorry. Drake is cringy as fuck.
He can give men a bad name.
Yes. Yes.
Can? You mean does?
Already has?
I'm saying he can, not he is or he
Mox
does. I'm
is
saying
setting
he
up
can.
promo now?
Mox,
What happened? I need to.
mute yourself and report to us later. All right, let's talk about the return of KO. KO is so Triple H. He brought back his duct tape KO original shirt.
Give Drake a break.
I'm not giving Drake a break.
Leave Britney alone.
All right, we were almost done. We're almost done. Let's talk about.
Nah, let's keep going.
No, I
buddy.
know, no, post show. I think of everybody benefiting from Triple H being in charge is Kevin Owens. And this is what Kevin wanted his entire life, it looks like.
Dude, Donovan Dijak's backstage going, come on, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Feast my eyes, feast
Yeah,
my
no,
eyes, feast my eyes.
KO looks like
He's living a dream right now again.
he looks happy again.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looks like he doesn't regret his decision.
You know what it is? It's like, remember when he was the surprise at NXT?
Yeah, that
At
KO's
War
back,
Games?
yeah.
Yeah. And he was,
Dude, it's the old T-shirt.
yeah. It's the old T-shirt.
It's the old T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to see him complain though. It's like, bro, you just main evented WrestleMania with Stone Cold Steve Austin. You can shut the fuck up real quick.
Hello.
All right,
Hello.
Kay, you're back. What do you have to report?
Oh my God, Dolph Ziggler's brother is gonna be on Rampage.
Wow, that's
Ah!
I should mute you right now, Kay. If that's what you're gonna report. If we bring you back to say Dolph Ziggler's brother's gonna be on Rampage, get the fuck out of here. Saquon, you're up next.
Pretty much Mox was just saying how this is his time. He kept saying my time is now. It was giving John Cena. And that nobody wrestles like John Moxley does, and nobody drinks like Gaston, nobody eats like Gaston, etc., etc. It was literally the Gaston song, but in John Moxley form.
Gotcha. And Mr. French, Drake is not your national shame. Have you ever heard of Justin Bieber?
Nickelback.
Anything, yeah. Drake is far from your national shame. Let me tell you that. Especially music-wise.
Yeah, you guys got like the Mounties and shit. Don't you guys have Chris Benoit too? Come on now.
Damn, you went there. But
Oh my God, you do have Chris Benoit.
yeah, that is.
I'm just saying,
That
dude,
is-
he wasn't American.
That's also facts. That is. He was.
Americans have issues, but hey.
He was the Canadian crippler. That is a very true nickname that he had. All right, so we're now at the end of the show.
Okay, why am I like really excited for All Out? I'm like really excited for it.
And by the way, to Quan, he wasn't a rapper. He was a reggae artist named Snow, and he was amazing. Informer is a great ass fucking song. Anyway, run through a future stock segment and try to predict something that's happened in wrestling or is going to happen in wrestling. And what we're predicting now is where the hell did Dexter Lumis take the Miz in the middle of Raw?
Cincinnati.
Wait, what?
So, Kay, let me explain this to you because you obviously missed Raw. So, Bobby Lashley and AJ Styles decided that, hey, we beat each other up last week. Let's be a tag team. So, they were going to tag team against The Miz and Ciampa. Okay, and so during the match, obviously, there's a run-in from the side again from somebody who looks like Dexter Lumis. The cops get him. There's one guy in riot gear. They reveal that it's not Dexter Lumis, so they pull away the wrong guy. The Miz gets thrown out to the ring again, and then there you see the guy in a riot gear come out, and he pulls off his stuff. It's Dexter Lumis. Dexter Lumis puts Miz in a chokehold and literally drags him from the ring and down some stairs and essentially kidnaps the Miz, leaving Ciampa by himself to be beat up, even though the match was called a disqualification. So the big question is, where the hell did Dexter Lumis take the Miz? Wrong answers only, if that helps you lighten up the mood.
I know. Dexter Lumis took the Miz to Margaritaville.
That's a good answer. No, that's a pretty good answer. That's hard to beat.
Well, where did Dexter take the Miz?
Shit, god damn it, Kay, Margaritaville.
That was what my soul told me to say. Was Margaritaville. It's the first thing that came to mind.
You know what? He's taken him to an Oakland A's game.
Probably got prime seating.
Timely reference.
Dexter Lumis took the Miz.
It's a WWF New York. Good job, Mr. Freds. A Morbius.
WWF New York.
It's a great restaurant. A Morbius screening.
The zoo.
Dexter Lumis took The Miz to a Nickelback concert.
Dexter Lumis.
Wow, yeah, I thought that was going to hit a little bit more.
Brought him to AEW. You belong over here. AEW Rampage.
Dexter Lumis took the Miz to MJF's house.
Huh.
He brought him to a fantasy football draft. Draft my team.
Dexter Lumis brought the Miz to jury duty.
That's a good one.
That jury duty would be pretty good. You just got served, bitch. The MK Murphy, you're 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's a good one. Jury duty is good. What did it say? Mr. Fred says Dexter.
Bringing him in for Mar-a-Lago questioning.
That's good.
Where are the nuclear codes? They're in bitch's dinosaur.
Hey, you do not shit on Imagine Dragons. They're a good band. Dexter took Vince to Ripley's Aquarium and threw him in the exotic fish tank.
Imagine Dragons is the band to shit on now. He's not wrong, dude. Taquan right again.
Well, yeah, Imagine Dragons get shit on a lot.
Yeah, dude, fuck Imagine Dragons. They're way worse than Nickelback.
I don't know about that.
Nickelback was fun to shit on, but at least their music was good.
I like Imagine Dragons music. They're alright.
Nickelback's old music was pretty good. Imagine Dragons, I know one song by them. I could not care less about them.
Dexter Lumis took The Miz to... Fuck, I had one too. I was gonna say it. I like Margarita. I like the Mar-a-Lago questioning. Dexter Lumis took the Miz to the January 6 hearings. Dexter Lumis took the Miz back to Woodstock '99 after seeing the documentary.
Bring him to the post show, baby.
Lawrence Taylor's Crack Den. That's a good one. That's a good one. Dexter
Lumis brought the Miz to Spirit Halloween.
Is there one even open this early?
Yes.
Drag show. That drag bar in New Orleans.
That's a good one. Dexter Lumis took the
kiss RuPaul. Kiss him.
Dexter Lumis took the Miz back.
Kiss him.
Took the Miz back to the real world.
Ah.
That's a smart.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, we can go on and on. But Dexter Lumis is making waves all over, and apparently he's making waves back on NXT again too, as well.
Yes, I hear Index was briefly reunited. I watched the clip and I cried. I have never been more emotionally
Is
hurt by wrestling in a shorter amount of time.
is Index your Macho Man and Randy? I mean, your
I
Macho
think
Man
so.
and Elizabeth. My fault. Sorry. Macho Man is
I
Randy
think
Savage.
Macho Man and Randy. Now that would be a sex.
But it's got to be
No.
Bonesaw Randy Savage and and like Slim Jim Macho Man.
NWO Savage.
No, I want
don't know.
I want rapper diss track diss tracking Hogan Randy Savage.
Oh goodness.
Oh, Yankees not playing tonight?
No, I think they have off.
No, they're traveling. I think they're traveling to Oakland.
That's right where the Miz is gonna be.
Yeah, dude. Just what the Yankees need, a day off and play Oakland.
Yeah, right. Anyway, folks, so I think that's all we have for this week. Fucking
Stay tuned for Is It Racist?
yeah, right. But yeah,
Oh,
no.
gosh.
So next week is going to be a big week for us, obviously, because we have to talk about All Out, and we have to talk about Clash at the Castle because they're all both happening on the same weekend, Labor Slay weekend, as we like to call it these days. But also, we're going to be streaming on a bunch more platforms next week. Hopefully, it's for everybody's liking, including one affiliated with our, our overseer, Wrestle Addict Radio. So stay tuned for that stuff. So we're going to be on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and possibly YouTube twice with Wrestle Addict Radio's feed in there as well. So that is going to be a very, very fun time just for us to be seen on more avenues. So it's going to be cool. So with that being said, Will Tershock, take us away, sir. That's cute. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 305, Baby Wrestling. And oh, baby, what a time it is to be a wrestling fan, unless you are a fan of CM Punk and squash matches. Probably not a fan right now. I am your host, King Ricky Rose, 5-man Ambassador Biggs, across all social media outlets. BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs, Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR _podcast on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Discord, on YouTube, on Twitch. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews wherever you listen to your podcast, and listen to us each and every week by subscribing to Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast. And you can follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter, and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. The links to all of our stuff, including some of our great merchandise and including the people who make our instrumentals, Midnight Music, are all in the description below wherever you're watching us or listening to us. So shout out to Midnight Music. They just came out with like a 5-minute cipher, and that shit was fucking amazing. But till then, Will Tershock, what do you got for me?
Same old, dude. I'm $10,000 richer in some way.
I don't, maybe?
Oh, that's how it works. That's how debt works, right? But I'm Will Tarashuk, T.S. Thomas, A-R-A-S-H-U-K. My podcast this morning, Talking with Tarashuk, was released, where I went back to traditional interviews. Unknown, unnamed nonsense. Took a little bit of a break because Christian was in Spain. So he comes back
Is he back?
tomorrow. Goes back tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's exciting. But I interviewed a musician by the name of Moxie Ann. Really cool girl from L.A. She just released a single, a cover song of Def Leppard's Hysteria. So check that out. Moxyanne. She's phenomenal. And check out the podcast, anywhere podcasts can be found.
Yeah.
Kay Murphy. She's like kind of like Evanescence. That's who she reminds me of.
Oh my God!
At least
I
her
live
voice.
for that.
At least her voice.
So, speaking of Evanescence, did you know that "Bring Me to Life" is #1 on iTunes for the first time in 19 years?
Why is it number one?
How'd that happen?
I think it's trending again.
But why?
Cool.
I'm wondering if the internet has found out about my favorite video on the internet, which is Evanescence "Bring Me to Life," but sung by Goofy. So, fun fact, a
So
royal
fucking funny.
fact, I will do that at karaoke sometimes.
I'll make sure that's your royal fact. But tell us about your socials, Kay.
Um, Also, I'm going to see My Chemical Romance on Saturday. So you can find me crying across all social media this weekend at the K Murphy, TheKae Murphy. And I don't think I'm going to come back alive from this show.
Well, Kay, we're gonna need you to come back because, quite frankly, like we need your tears because we're in a fucking drought and we need some water and condensation or something.
We are in a drought.
Yeah, like literally, like the leaves have started changing and like outside of my apartment. I'm like, wait a minute, it's
Same.
August. Why are we that much out of water that the leaves are just like, fuck it, we're just gonna go now. We're just gonna
Yep.
die. Anywho, folks, when we come back next week, it's going to be a fucking massive super show. We're going to talk about All Out. We're going to talk about Clash at the Castle. Two major events going on for two of pro wrestling's biggest companies. So until then, folks, goodbye, good night. We will see you again soon, especially if you're staying with us for the post show. And oh yeah, what's that thing? It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, fuck you, Slack.
Yeah, Slack.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.